All righty. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to our personal and professional development session. We actually started this, I believe, quarter 2 around April, May, June, something around that nature. And the reason why we did that was, okay, is coming in. The reason why we did that was because we realized, we typically have business events, career events, just mindset, mom events, and all of that wonderful stuff, But then we're like, how can we do it where people don't have to leave their homes? Because when you come for a Mother's Day event or you come for a business event, sometimes not everyone has the opportunity to come out and leave, right? And go for those events. And so doing things like this is catering to the needs because we have so many women who have different backgrounds in here, medical, tech, finance. Oh my God, we have amazing financial like experts in the room. What else? People who are entrepreneurs, people who are nurses, people who are in branding and all of that, even hair, makeup, beauty, and all of that wonderful stuff. So the goal of this personal development and professional development virtual session was to do more curated, specific training for the women. And so in the past, what we'd have done is we would have asked, hey, everyone should do a vote, what topic do you want covered? And so in the past, we've done things on branding, so personal branding, which covers a lot of pieces. Everybody wants to, if you're a woman, an intentional woman at this day and age, of course, you want to be very intentional about how you present yourself, whether you're in career, whether you're in business, regardless, whether you're a mom, you stay-at-home mom, that branding, how do you ensure that who you are is connecting to who you want to become? And so we had that session around branding. And that session that we had was around what was it? Foundation. And so we realized as well, again, people do have, the desires to start foundations. But if you're based here in the States, how do you start that foundation? How do you begin? Another woman within our community has an amazing foundation in Nigeria. And so she was able to literally guide us through like from ground zero to ground hero. Like, how do you literally start your foundation? And so it's been amazing having these very, very unique educational sessions in smaller groups like this, not necessarily coming out, for our bigger events, which of course, those are very powerful. And I absolutely encourage everyone to be a part of it. So I want to say thank you for everyone being here. This is actually our last one for 2023, 2024. We're going to change it up a little bit, but our goal still remains literally leveraging education for all-round growth. So I don't think anyone here is new to Women Do It Afraid and what we stand for, but I think it was just important that we set the foundation of why we're doing this, right? So I absolutely encourage you to please get out your pen, your paper. This is literally 1 hour of your time. You're dedicating 1 hour of your time to learn something. I love, after all the sessions, I love to literally ask people to do a video and tell me, what did you learn and what action step are you going to take? How do we hold you accountable? I don't want this to be a waste of your time. Absolutely not. You could be doing something else right now. So I want this to be a time that literally helps you move forward in your career, right? And so that's why we're doing our personal and professional development session. And if you're also on this call and there's something that you want to teach for an hour, you want to educate us, you want to tell us more, something that probably we're not aware of, you want to even exercise your presentation skills or just, whatever it is, connecting your expertise and presenting to a group of women, please feel free to let me know. This is another opportunity for you to share about your expertise because we don't know everything. And I'm about to learn today, so I'm excited about that. So feel free to reach out to me if you want to be a part of, these sessions where we share on development. Hi, everyone. I see more people joining. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. We're just sharing context as to why we do these sessions is bringing women together, bringing experts together, learning from the experts, having an opportunity to ask questions. This is your time. So please, let's make sure that we put Dr. Toyin to work and ask her all the questions that we want to ask her. All right. So just moving right along, I don't want to assume that everyone knows who we are or what Women Doing Afraid is about. So I'm going to take a moment to introduce who we are and what we do. So we are a social enterprise. We are an organization, and our goal is really mobilizing and empowering women for individual and collective growth. While we absolutely are champions for you to grow yourself, we truly believe that when we come together like how we are, the growth is literally amplified. And so individual growth is so important, so important to me and to everyone on this call, I believe. That's why you're here. But also collective growth. How can you pull somebody up? That's what we're doing here as well. And so three of our pillars for this season is education, hence this call. Our events are curated to literally transform you. We inspire you, but the main goal is when you leave there, how is your life literally changing for the better? And of course, empowerment. So we're empowered by the community that we're a part of. We're empowered by people's stories. We're empowered by what we're doing. And so those are the three pillars that we do have. And so, like I said, we do have events that have you in mind. And so again, I encourage every one of you, whenever you see our event, share with people, attend, because you never really know who you're going to meet. I mean, there's so many testimonials from our events that they're just amazing. And I'm really thank God for the opportunity to bring amazing women together who can sharpen one another and move forward. And so you might be like, who can I meet? Who would I meet? I'm an introvert. I don't like people knowing all about my business. Trust me, regardless of what hat you wear, you want to be part of our events. And again, feel free to reach out to me if you want to volunteer, if you have ideas. I'm always open to be a part of it. And it's not just me. I have an amazing set of people that also work with me as well. And one of them is actually on this call, Miss Peju. All righty. So that's enough of context. I mean, if you're not following us on our Instagram page, please feel free to do that. We still have our website, which is a great way for you to still tune with what we're doing. And so you can, be on top of our event. And we have our WhatsApp group as well. I'll put that later in the link in the chat. So moving right along, we have Dr. Taiwo, I apologize, Dr. Taiwo. And I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us more, but she's about to take us to school literally on how do we navigate medical residency and how do we do all of that motherhood and life. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not about to even give you any context about this at all. But just even how do you even balance motherhood and life, and then you add medical residency on top of that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing her speak. So Dr. Taiwo, I am going to hand over the floor to you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that we can see your wonderful face, and you can go for it. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Taiwo Shane. I'm an internal medicine physician, currently working as a hospitalist. I work at Piedmont and also at Northside Hospital. I've been a hospitalist for 5 years now. I finished my residency in 2018. So I would just like for everyone to introduce themselves so I can know what stage of life we're in now. Are you a medical student? Are you a physician? Are you trying to get into residency? So who's going to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name is Stella, and I'm actually a physician from Nigeria, but let me put on my camera. I'm looking like a Saturday mom, so forgive me, but I'm hoping to get into residency soon.
Okay.
So I'm just trusting God that would happen soon. I'm a mom of 3 kids.
Okay.
And what else? Yeah, so I'm just hoping to learn from you because I want to see how you navigate that whole thing. How many kids do you have? That's another question I wanted to ask.
I have 3 kids, 10, 8, and
Okay.
4.
Okay, so you'll be able to explain and I would connect well with that. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
I'll go next. I'm driving, so pardon my baby's voice. My name is Viola. I'm also a Nigerian trained physician, but I'm currently in medical education. I'm with Morehouse School of Medicine. And sometime down the line, I hope to go into residency as well. And I hope to learn from you. With 3 kids, with 1, I can't even keep up. So I want to know how you're keeping up. 3, all of you.
So who's going next?
Miss Femi, are you on? Miss Peju?
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. Fine, I'm not actually in the medical field, but I'm here to support the women doing it, and I'm also here to learn. I believe I'll learn 1 or 2 things. I'm also a mom of 3, so I'm here to learn either ways. Good morning.
Good morning. Someone
Hi.
just okay.
Okay. Hi, I'm Femi. I'm not a medical professional. I'm a lawyer and an entrepreneur. I own a fashion brand, but I'm here to learn. I do think that there will be a lot of correlations and information that is relevant to just a woman at the stage that I'm at as well. So I want to yeah, so I wanted to listen, learn, and chip in where I feel I can.
Okay. I think there's one more person.
That might be Miss Rashida. Maybe she's somewhere that's busy, 'cause I think I had her.
Okay.
I had her earlier.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead. Like I said, my name is Taiwo. I schooled in Nigeria. I was actually born and bred in Nigeria. I schooled in the University of Lagos, Nigeria. I finished from medical school in 2011, and I did my internship, 1 year internship, up until January 2013. I got married in December 2012. My husband was already here. He was in residency, so I moved immediately after my internship in Lagos. I moved to New York. It was at Harlem Hospital. And when I got into New York, I had not written any USMLE exams. I started first by writing the Step 2 CS, because then they were still, I think they don't do the Step 2 CS anymore. I started by doing the Step 2 CS because that takes a longer time the result takes a longer time to get released. I did that first. While I was preparing for that, I got pregnant with my first child. I did the rest of the exams. I did everything within a year. That was really tough, being pregnant and writing all those exams. I think I wrote the last exam, Step 2 CK, 2 weeks before I had my first child. It was really tough. I had no friends, no family here, just myself and my husband. But the baby came November, and by December, I had gotten my ECFMG certificate, and I was able to apply into residency. I got into residency, the same hospital my husband was doing his internal medicine residency at the time. So by the time I was getting to residency, I was pregnant with the second child. So I practically resumed residency 5 months. I think, was it 5 months or 6 months pregnant? Remember, I had a child already, no family, just church members. My parents are in Nigeria, all my siblings are in Nigeria, and both parents are still very active. My mom just came, I think she spent a month when I had the baby. Then my mother-in-law also came, spent 1 month, and I was basically on my own. I tried at the time I started residency, I had just one child and 6 months pregnant. I had the idea of putting my daughter in the daycare just opposite the hospital. But when I got there, I didn't think I was okay with the daycare. So I had no choice but to employ a nanny, a living nanny. So it was a Nigerian nanny. She was basically like my mom. She was living with us. In residency, you work 6 days. When my program then, you work 6 days and get 1 day off. So she was basically living with us for 6 days, and she would get 1 day off in the week. She goes to her house and she comes back the day before I resume work. I would say it was very tough, but the things that I did that helped me was, first, you have to plan, and you have to plan ahead. You have to plan ahead. What do you need? I used to plan week after week. Although sometimes the things you plan might not be the same the way you planned it, but you have to plan and hope the things go the same way the way you plan it. Then another thing that worked for me was to delegate roles. You can't do everything yourself. My nanny was basically my nanny and my husband were the ones that were assisting, helping me. And also in the residency program, it's always good to look out for someone that you can take as a mentor. They will help you, they will guide you through the program. Residency is tough. It was tough for me. I would say it was tough for me because 3 months into the residency, I had my second child. So I was in first year, baby had only 4 weeks 4 weeks maternity leave. And out of the 4 weeks, the baby did not come until 2 weeks into the maternity leave. So I had basically just 2 weeks before going back to work. So I had to get like 2 weeks extra during the residence. I had to get 2 weeks extra, which they took out for my vacation. In residency, you're going to face a lot of hierarchy, people here and there trying to tell you this, trying to tell you that. You have to, I would say in my program, there was some kind of bullying. That is something that happened in my program. So you have to be very strong, like put God in everything. That's one thing I'll say. Put God first in everything you do. There are going to be people saying this. You might feel like you're not good enough. Are you doing the right thing? Try to balance, try to create time for yourself. I know as a mom, for me then, I wanted to just go home and spend time with the kids, but there's no way you can spend all your free time with the kids and you're not going to feel like you're draining yourself, you know? So just create time for for yourself. If you have friends, spend time with your friends. Then in residency, the only friends I had were my colleagues because it was just from home to the hospital, back home. I was living right behind the hospital. The only place I used to go outside the hospital and my home was grocery store, which was just opposite my house, and the church, which was about 7 minutes drive. So 3 years residency went by. I moved from New York to Georgia. At the time, my husband was also in fellowship. He was in cardiology fellowship at the time. I moved. It was in his second year. So I moved alone with the kids, with the two kids. When I came in here, I was able to get into Grady. I was working with sound physicians. 1 week, I used to work 7 days on, 7 days off. It was like a transitional care unit at Grady. You know, please feel free to stop me if you have any questions or anything, because it seems like I'm the only one talking.
No, not at all. Because I have a question, but I don't want to interrupt your train of thought. I'm putting on Zoom the chat. So everyone, thank you for the break in transmission. Feel free. I mean, do you want us to ask you questions directly? Because or you want us to put in a question in the chat and so you can come back to the questions after.
Or maybe when I finish talking, you can ask me questions directly.
Well, just put questions in the
I'm
chat
not sure.
Okay.
Okay. So I was working at Grady with sound physicians. It was like a transitional care unit. I used to work 7 days on, 7 days off. It was fine at the time for me. My kids were already, the first one was already, I think she was 5 then. Then the second one was 3 years. But along the line, I think 2019, 1 year into working at Grady or 2 years into working at Grady, I had my third baby. So I felt like it didn't fit my schedule anymore. During the day, I used to work 7 to 7. I didn't used to get to spend time with her. So I left Grady and I started my own locums company. So basically, I used to work with, I still work with Northside, Piedmont, Wellstar. I just pick up days where I work with them, depending on what I want to do. So it's not fixed for me. So I left Grady, started doing that, and this is where we are. Okay, when I moved from New York, I was able to write the board exam, and I passed that, and I was able to train with another American Board of Quality Assurance and Utilization Review physicians, and I'm also board certified there also. So I do some utilization review with the hospitals, and here we are.
Okay, I feel like you just went through that your story quickly, and I'm so sure everybody has questions. All this board certification and all of that wonderful stuff. But that, yeah, absolutely. I mean, major class because yeah, how you did all of that, we need more context. But I do have questions in the chat, but it's not about me, like I said, it's really about the women on the call because I know most people are trying to get into
How do I get to the chat?
Oh, okay. Well, I can read out the questions for you. The ones that I want here are from me. Anybody else, Dr. Biola, Dr. Stellar, it's no separate. Feel free to come off mute and also ask. But the first one was around, you talked about Stella, go ahead.
I just want to clear my environment. So thank you so much, Dr. Simon. Seriously, I really learned a lot. So because the thing is, I've been really concerned about how I'm going to navigate
I think she's probably shouting at someone to clear her environment.
Okay, sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, I've just been, I thank you so much. Seriously, I can imagine a little bit of what you went through because I don't know. It's I'm preparing my mind towards that whole this thing. But I just had a question, and the question is, first I have two questions. The one is if you could tell us more about the quality assurance board certification, because I've never heard about it. Because me, my kind of, I don't want to practice medicine. I like your kind of practice, like you choose your time. I think that doesn't want to work for me because I don't want to be. I see a lot of doctors that are my seniors that are just sold out. They don't even look like doctors because they don't look like they are money at all. They are just
People ask me, how
brains.
do you do it? Because
Exactly.
I take my time, I travel with my kids, I spend time with any school
Wow.
function, I'm able to attend it.
Oh.
Anything, field trip, I go. I'm always there.
Yeah, so I just want to know, like, as in more about this quality assurance. Maybe it's gonna help me think towards that direction because I don't want stress. And the second question I have is, how did you go about, like, I don't know, I have a friend who has 4 kids. She had to send her kids to Nigeria because there was no way she could do this. And the way she describes it for me, like, you basically sleep in the hospital, and that's the same thing you said. So I'm just wondering, although I have a very supportive husband who's willing to help, but you know, you have to like plan ahead, like you said, because you can't just one day today will get tired and say, this thing is not ending. So you have to like, sorry, you have to like, as in, how do you go about like maybe house chores, cooking? I know you said you had a nanny. Now, did you have to cook like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
So for the nanny, I'm someone that loves to cook my food myself. So the nanny never cooked for me. So what I did was, which I still do, is to cook in bulk. Like this week, with my day off, I can cook a lot of food that will last like 3 weeks so that my next week off, I'm not cooking, I'm resting. You understand? And then what was the other question again?
Yeah, about the quality assurance
Okay, so for the
board.
quality assurance, you have to like be certified already. Maybe you're a physician, you finished your residency training, you're already board certified, maybe you're OBGYN or whatever. Then you can register for the exam. You have to do like some courses, which is online on their website, on the American Board of Quality Assurance and Installation Review Physicians. You do the course, then you write the exams. The exams is just like you're writing your USMLE or you're writing your board exams. And when you pass it, you have to recertify every 2 years. And the thing is that with that, I think there's 7 areas of the quality assurance. You can be a physician advisor with that. And most of the physician advisor jobs, you work remotely from home. Or maybe they'll tell you to go into the hospital like once a week or so, depending on the job description of the physician advisor. And also utilization review, you can serve on the committees of hospitals. You can, there are like
Sorry, I
several
had a
other
question.
areas.
Yeah, what do you do as a physician advisor? I want to know more about it. Since you can work remotely.
So I've never worked as a physician advisor, but what it entails is that, like, if the hospital, you tell them what to do, you go through some of their charts. If they are making money, if they are not making money, quality assurance, their length of stay in the hospital, the patient's length of stay. Is this okay? What are they doing wrong? How they do their billing? You understand? So that's basically what it is. It's more relaxing, and it involves a lot of meetings, but it's better than.
Thank you so much. Yeah, better than going every day. Trust me. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, Dr. Taiwo, thank you for sharing your experience, and I'm just amazed. I don't have any kids yet, but I'm like, how did she do it? Like 3 children, managing just myself alone is something. Well, okay, so I have a question regarding navigating career to like healthcare settings. So I'll give you a little bit about myself. So I have my first degree was in microbiology. And then I have a master's and PhD in public health. At the same time, I like going for medical missions. I have a foundation, and with that foundation, I go on medical missions or with other organizations. Like we've gone to like Uganda, Haiti, Nigeria. We just travel and provide healthcare. So when I go on medical missions as a public health person, I do talk on like education, health promotion, like reproduction and all of that. So, but sometimes I still feel like, because sometimes I'll be like, I want to go to medical school, but other times I'm like, do you really have that energy right now? Like, so I'm thinking about how can I really navigate it. Sometimes I really want to go I really want to go to medical school, but I think about the process. I think about, do you want to write MCAT? Do you want to, at this season of my life, then other times I'm like, are there other careers that can give me that opportunity to still work in the healthcare setting? Yeah, so that when I go on medical missions, I can really just, help in different areas with my skills. Yeah, so I don't know if you have any feedback regarding that.
So, so if you're interested in being a physician, the only way is to go to medical school. But with your MPH, I know people that they're not physicians, they have MPH, and they're able to work at WHO. I think the head office is here in Atlanta. So if you work with WHO, you have opportunity to go to hospitals and check with them for their infection control. I think that's the only thing I can think of right now.
That's interesting. I actually intend at the WHO in Geneva, the
Okay.
HQ in Geneva.
So that's an
Yeah.
opportunity. You are going to work with physicians, and there are a lot of opportunities there at WHO. The only thing I can think of right now is infection control. There, but I know there's more to it than just infection control.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank
And if you
you.
want to go to medical school, it was a lot of work,
Yeah.
particularly here in the United States. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. It is well.
I love it. I know we just had someone joining. Jocelyn Small. Hi. Thank you for joining. I don't know if you want to do a quick introduction.
Oh, okay. Hello, thank you. My name is Jacqueline Small. I guess maiden, full name, Sakina Tulubukola Aduni Oshodi. And I am a first year medical student at Morehouse School of Medicine in Atlanta, Georgia. I also have a 16-month-old first son. So I think I saw this come across somehow, and I just wanted to just get here in perspective because I am currently struggling with just understanding how to manage, balance, transition back into school. My first career was in what's it called? Program and product management. I worked as a project manager in the healthcare setting, and I did system implementations, had the desire to go back to med school. So in 2019, made the plan to go back to do a post-baccalaureate program, since it's been a while since I graduated from undergrad with a bachelor's in industrial engineering. So I did a post-bac, applied to medical school, got in 2022, had my son a week later. So then I took a year off to take care of him because I didn't really have the support for full-time care. So now I'm back in school because my son is now 16 months and he's in school, but just navigating how to study, enough time to study, being able to foster community with people who might be my age. I'm the oldest person in my class. I'm 37. And not just feeling alone, really. So just whatever outlets I could find to, I guess, continue to get that external encouragement while I'm continuing to encourage myself to continue, because this is what I've always wanted to do. So I'm grateful to now have the opportunity to do it, but just recognizing I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but just not recognizing how challenging it was going to be. And I haven't even really started yet. I'm just finishing my first semester now. So thank you for the opportunity to share. And yeah, just looking forward to hear just any perspectives. And apologies for being so late. I was running errands.
It's okay. It's absolutely, you're in the right place, honestly. And thank you for sharing your story, because I think your story also would encourage Etinosara, because who wants to go into medical space, but she's not sure if how she could start and everything. So hearing your story, I think, really inspire her as well. And again, you're in the right space. Everyone is trying to balance everything, and that's why we have Dr. Taiwo here to share. Dr. Taiwo, maybe you give us more examples, right, on balancing, just that whole balance. I know you talked about you had a full-time nanny, I mean, and you do bulk cooking and everything, but hearing Jacqueline's story, what advice?
So,
Sure.
um, I would say what I did was, like I said before, I had a living nanny, full-time living nanny. During residency, I used to have just 1 day off. She knew, like when she comes in, she knows what to do. I tell her exactly what to do. My day used to start then at, I think, 5 a.m. I wake up, go to work, and the day basically starts in the hospital from 7 a.m. and it ends at 5. Ending at 5 doesn't mean that you go at 5. At times you can be in the hospital till 7 o'clock. But I had a full timetable at home. She knew what to cook for the kids because remember, I'd cooked most of the stew, soup, whatever involved. She only needed to maybe boil the rice, make cereal for the kids. She knew what to buy, grocery shopping. I'll give her a list of things to do. She'll get that. And basically, the nanny was the one running the home. I couldn't really keep up with everything because when I get home, I actually need to rest. And you still need to spend time with the kids also. So most times, Saturday, Sunday, is either Saturday or Sunday that I used to get off. Sunday, we go to church, spend some time with the children, and then the week starts again. I would say the main thing for me was having that living nanny. If I had someone that used to come in and go, or maybe daycare wouldn't do all that for me because then who puts the child to sleep? Because sometimes during residency, you have to work at night. Who is going to stay at home with the kids? Sometimes my husband is also working at night. Remember, I was also in fellowship. It was in cardiology fellowship at the time. So we're both busy. When we get home, most times we're crashing. We don't even have time to do anything. And also, like another thing is having a mentor. It helped me. My mentor was someone that could relate with what I was doing. She would talk to me, encourage me. And also, like another thing that I went through that was really difficult for me was the bullying in residency. In first year, I don't know, maybe there was something with Nigerians there, but everyone had something going on. It was really, in fact, someone had to quit. One of the Nigerian guys had to quit. He said he wasn't going through that anymore. But I still continued. At times I wake up at night, having serious panic attacks because I just remember from sleep that, oh my God, I'm going to work tomorrow. But with God, I was able to pull through. And with support from, remember, I did not have any family here. My siblings, my parents, everyone back home in Nigeria. The highest they could do was visit me for a few weeks and go back home. So my husband and I were basically on our own with the nanny and 3 kids. But I think now it's better. It's better for me now. I don't have a living nanny anymore. I stopped that when I switched to when I started my own company. I was able to just phase that out. I dropped the kids off at school, picked them up myself, and that's where we are. Everyone's story is different, and someone's priority might not be another person's priority. So the main thing is just like I said before, the time my 7 weeks, 7 days on, 7 days off was okay for my family. But now at the point it wasn't okay anymore. Things change, dynamics change. You just have to find the balance that works for your family and works for you at the same time. And another thing is not to let yourself go in the process of finding the balance. Some people, they come to work, they're upset, they're angry. How do you function when you you've not even found yourself yet? You can't even learn. So find time for yourself. If you have friends, then I didn't have friends, just myself and my residency people. So all I did was home, work, church, and grocery store. So some people would say it was boring, but it worked for me. I just needed those 3 years of my life to get myself together.
That's powerful. Especially when you said, if you've not found yourself, like, don't allow the process, don't lose yourself through the process. I think Stella talked about it when she said, so people don't look like the money that they're earning. But I think a recurring theme is, when you're like in a season, it feels like that season is going to last forever. But seasons come and seasons go. Especially when like the kids are small and then all of these things are going on. Like I'm always like impressed and encouraging even women to like still continue to do what you want to do, even when these kids are little. Yes, when I see, but you have to also take into account the season that you're in. Sometimes you might have to take a step back, just like what I think Jacqueline mentioned about, maybe I think she said Meter not going to school or so, because her kid was little, but then with older now you're back in school, and that is okay. To me, that's not failure at all. But I think the seasons don't last forever. The seasons come and the seasons go. Well, right now most of us are in a season where it feels like, oh my goodness, I'm about to lose my mind right now. Like even for me as a mom, I have 3 kids, 7, 5, and 3, right? All under 7, right? But like what you said, really being intentional, having that structure. Like I'm telling you, like structure, I
Yes,
don't know
that
what
was
it is, but structure helps me. Like I said, that food schedule is is downstairs there, and everybody decides what the food schedule is. What that does is it lets me know I'm not thinking in the morning what you're eating. We already know what you're eating in the morning. And it's all these little things that create space in your mind, because there's so many things that are going to occupy your mind. The time they sleep, everybody sleeps at the same time. And I don't care if you from a nap by 7:30 p.m. If your sleep time is 8 p.m., you're still going to sleep at that time, even if you're awake or not. It just literally just schedule. And I know our schedules are different. I don't do 7 days on, 7 days off. Absolutely not. But I do like maybe 5 a.m. meetings and sometimes meetings later at night as well, things like that, right? So like you said, everyone's story is different. And I also want to hear everyone, like if there's any particular unique story to you that maybe you want us to give some advice, or how would we handle that, please feel free to share on here, because I want to make sure that everyone is living here with tangible tools that, okay, you know what, I'm going to add scheduling, I'm going to add structure, I'm going to add this, that to my routine, and it's actually applicable to you. I don't want anyone to leave here and still go back and feel like they don't have that support. And I really hope that you feel that support through this call today. So anyone else want to share any particular example?
I have a question for Miss Sekina. So what does she do now with her 16-month-old?
He is in school from 8:30 to 5:30 is the latest that I can pick him up. So that's Monday through Friday. And then sometimes my husband will pick him up from school, but my husband is a consultant and he travels a couple of times during the month. So I'll pick him up from school, spend a few hours with him, put him to bed by 7:30, and then try and study until like 11:30, and then wake up at 6 or so to be ready to start the day again. And then on weekends, if my husband's at home, he will try and take him for the weekend, either take him to his mother's house or spend the day with him. Sundays we do church. So I try to spend Saturday and Sunday studying mostly, or any shadowing opportunities that I do, or volunteer work will usually be on the weekends. Yeah, but I guess I know that I need to find support and help, especially for when my husband travels, or if I want to spend more time at the library. I think my struggle is having a very opinionated Nigerian mother who doesn't want me to have anybody else in the household but her, but I don't have a great relationship with her, and I don't want her to be our live-in nanny. I can't do it. So I want to find somebody, but I think I struggle with the trust issue, with how to know where to go, who to trust, how to actually even evaluate and, evaluate a good, trustworthy person that I could feel comfortable leaving my child with. Yeah, I'm struggling with that. Even we're on the care.coms, we're on the things, we have some friends, but everybody's busy, everybody has stuff to do. And then the money part, we're on a single income. So just trying to balance all of that. And it seems like it's easier to just do it myself than to expend more energy trying to figure all that stuff out. And it's not easy. Yeah. That's where I am. Yeah.
So I would say I also had that struggle too. Of trusting someone to come into my house. And one thing I did was that I noticed that the older nannies are always more trustworthy and they are more reliable. Although some of them, Nigerian mothers, just like you said, they have their own opinions, they have ways they want to do things, but just state what you want them to do and have a kind of professional relationship with them. Professional relationship, be nice, be friendly, and they will listen to what you want to do, what you want them to do. Another thing that made me keep my mind at rest was I had cameras in my house. And I made the nanny know from day one that I have a camera, I'm watching you. You know, that would keep them on their toes.
That would keep them on their toes.
I didn't have the fact that
I didn't
I
have
had the
the
camera.
fact that I had the camera.
So they know I'm watching. At times I
So I'm
talk to them through
watching.
the
At
camera
times
so
I
they
talk
can
to
know
them through
that
the camera so they can know that
someone is watching them and they do the right
someone is
thing.
watching them and they do the right thing.
I never used care.com.
I never used
I will-
care.com.
I think I'm listening. I'm hearing myself.
I'm here myself.
Yeah, I am as well. I think,
I am.
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I never used care.com. I had a nurse working in the hospital. She was running like a nanny agency. She had Nigerian nannies that she would give to me if I needed one. And I had some that were not good. I wouldn't say that the first nanny I had was good. I had to go through like series and I just found the person. When you find the person, you will know that this person has come to stay. That's one of the bad things about having nannies. Some are good and some are bad. But most of the times when they talk during interview, I used to meet them in person before I let them come into my house. I'll tell them to meet me at the hospital. We talk from the way they talk, you know that is either this person is coming for the money or they have the child's interest at heart. Some of them they're just doing a job because they need something to just need some kind of income. But I think with some intuition and your motherly instinct, you will know who you should let into your house or not. But I think if you have a living nanny, it will make your life easier, and you'll be more flexible. That's what I think.
That's what I think.
Thank you. What about what about your relationship with your husband? Did you ever experience any strain, or with the live-in nanny, you're like losing privacy at that point? So how do you navigate that, or how have you so far? If you're willing to share.
I understand what I'm saying. My husband, his personality, he doesn't really talk. He's quiet, so he tells them what to do. Some of them would want to talk more to him, but like the other ones, they want to interfere in your relationship when you're talking. So we never discuss anything private when they are there. He never. I would explain this. He limited his talk with them. I was the one really dealing with the nannies. If you needed them to do something, Mama told me, tells me, or he calls me, please tell them. You know, many of these women, they want to get into the relationship. That's what I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to explain it, but he never really interacted with them. And for the privacy, I don't know how to explain, but for us, what work was that we tried to limit the relationship. He didn't talk to them too much. It was just me. It was really me that was telling them, navigating things with them.
Okay, thank you. And you said does that person still have the nanny business? If you said you're in
I'll have to ask her. Yeah, I'll have to ask her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to ask her.
Okay, thank you.
Because she gave me nannies up until
She gave me nannies up until 2019.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Those are wonderful questions. Like even the question around the nanny not invading, but being there with privacy. It's a very transparent question.
Yes.
I love it. I know we have Miss Teju and Miss Mololi on the call. Welcome. I know you've just joined, but I wanted to give you a moment to also introduce yourself. Just for everyone, the recording will be available. Just I'll share that later. But do you want to go ahead and just maybe quickly introduce yourself, Mololi and Miss Teju?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lola Amora. I just thought that this would really be beneficial to everyone. I'm not in the healthcare field, but I really want to support, want to join, and especially want to learn. Like I just stepped in and I grabbed the camera thing and nanny thing, and that's really great. So I'm here to support as well.
Thank you so much. Nice to see you. Teju?
Yeah, hi. Good morning, everyone. My name is Teju Adelore. I'm a hospitalist, physician, and I just actually came to support just this, you know, to support in any way, also to add my opinion on anything. Um, Glad to be here.
Thank you for being here, Teji. Nice to hear your voice.
Mhm.
All right, the floor is open for more questions. Anyone have any more questions for our expert guest or anyone on the call today? Just, I guess, for me, to piggyback on the nanny and the whole privacy thing, one time that I did have a live-in nanny, it was a little bit awkward, honestly, like how do you navigate this, but I think I remember like, well, this is my home and they are the guest, and so what I have to feel comfortable in here. And so they kind of like play by my rules and know the other way around. And and I actually opened up the home, my heart. Like she became like, I don't like my mom. I don't know what that was, but she was older and she was from another African country and like so comfortable. I knew her when her kid gave birth. I sent something to her kid. It was just a wonderful relationship until it wasn't anymore. And something happened and it was a story that wasn't really adding up. And she left, but she said she was coming back, but she never came back. Why am I sharing a good story that kind of like ended a little bit awkward? Because I feel like we have to be open to the fact that sometimes we might not get it all right at the beginning. And sometimes when we think we've gotten it all right, it might not really work out all right, right? And that's literally just how life is. But we're resilient and we're strong and we know why we're doing what we're doing. So we literally get back up and make the next move that we have to make for the benefit of our family, of our mental health, for our career, or and our kids as well. So I think it's very important, like that we make decisions not really out of fear, or not even make decisions at all out of fear, but just think about what are the facts, what do I know, have I gotten reviews, what is my gut feeling saying, what is the Holy Spirit telling me right now, and make that decision, right? And if it works out, fine. If it doesn't work out, we just learn and we keep on moving. And so I wanted to just add a couple of thoughts around that for sure. All right, questions, anyone else? No questions? All right, so I have a question for you, and I'm not even in the medical space. I heard kind of like a lot of the nuances around like talk about the physician advisor, and that was my first time hearing it, right? And it feels like most people think it's just like the doctor and the being a doctor, like that's the only medical lane or so. Do you want to, are there more options for people out there? Because I know a lot of people picked interest when they heard, oh, I could be a doctor and still work remotely. What other options are out there?
So for me, after I got the certification, you have to get certification first. It's called American Board of Utilization Review, Quality Assurance and Utilization Review. There are like 7 areas you can go into. You can self-specialize, and the physician advisor is one of them. I have to check what the other areas are. I don't have them offered, but there are like 7 of them that you can go into. Each hospital usually have physician advisors. Most of the time, they work remotely. Some of them will tell you to come into the hospital like once in a week. It depends on the organization and the job on the job schedule, the job description really. And utilization review. Every hospital has the utilization review committees and different people serve on it. But being board certified is like a plus for the hospital for you to serve on that community. You have to check for the remaining 5 areas. There are like 7 areas you can go into. And if you're board certified, you can decide to sub-specialize by writing another board exam and also do some trainings for those other areas. But the main areas of interest for me, which I really have been into, is the physician advisor and the utilization review physician. The other areas, I'm not really interested in those, so I don't know them offhand. Yes. So those are things that people can do if you don't want to go into the hospital every time. You can be in your house, join meetings, go into the hospital if you need to. If they need you, sometimes you have to talk to insurance companies, things like that. And also review length of stays in the hospital.
Okay.
But you have to be a physician to do those.
Right. Sure. All righty. Any more questions for Dr. Taiwo? Dr. Taiwo, how can people reach you? Well, first of all, if you want to read Dr. Taiwo, I'm going to put it in the chat just so that this is a shameless plug. Please, everyone, if you're not part of our WhatsApp group, that's a good place for you to come in and connect with other moms, professionals. Next year is going to be really not only, but majorly focused on career professionals and supporting them, regardless of what hats that they wear. So our events are going to be catered towards women who are professionals, basically, not one particular kind of profession. So medical, tech, things like that. And we're really hoping to support, to cater to our spirit, soul, and body, basically. So please feel free to join that. But also, Dr. Ty, would you want to share your LinkedIn profile, or any way anyone can connect with you?
I have to check that. Let me see. So I have to share it in the chat, right?
Yes, you can share in the chat. One more thing I can do as well, even if you don't have it, is we're going to send an email to everyone who was on this call, okay? And we're going to share the recording, and we're going to also share your LinkedIn profile as well. So that
okay, let me send it to you after the meeting.
All right, sounds good. All righty. So as we're coming towards the end of today, I want to take a moment as well to just say thank you so much to everyone for being here. I don't know about you, but can we just put something in the chat, something that you've learned from today? What is something that you have learned from today? What is something that you've learned from today? Let's see. I can talk while everyone is typing, but I've learned about, of course, seasons. Being able to bulk cook, not because you're bulking cooking till the next time you're off. Actually, do it so that next time you're off, you actually have a rest. I think that was very, very wonderful to hear as well. The different lanes in the medical space as well. Also understanding that our stories are really similar across board, even if we all come from different places. So I just want to say thank you so much, Dr. Taiwo, for sharing, for being here, for your time, and also for everyone for being here as well. We're going to be rounding up real soon. I hope this has been helpful for you all, though. I hope it has been helpful. Let me know. Or you can come off mute and share. Let's love on Dr. Taiwo today. Let's let her know how it impacted us today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All righty. Again,
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, I just heard myself.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So once again, please join us on our WhatsApp group. That's where we share our event. We support one another. We ask questions. So we try to be there for one another on our WhatsApp group. Our next event on Women Doing Afraid. And so if you're just joining, you don't know what Women Doing Afraid is. It's literally a social enterprise, an organization that is committed to championing the growth of women so that we can be champions in our own life. We believe in mobilizing and empowering women to grow. That's who we are, and that's what we're doing. And so our next event is coming up January 21st, starting out the new year. That's our next event. And we're having something we call PPP. So Prepare, Pray, and Plan 2024. I'm super excited about this because I had a vision board or a goal setting exercise last year for certain women. And I'm blessed to have seen how they've grown. And this is literally pro max goal setting. I say it's not a vision board and it's not a goal setting or anything. It's absolutely different. And how is it different? We are going to, because we know we wear so many hats, right? And it's almost like when you start planning for a year, which hat are you going to wear, and how deep are you going to go? So we've made it a little bit easier for everyone who's going to come to this event. We have 3 main tracks: business, career, and networking / strategic partnership. And so our ask is that everyone coming there to coming for this event will choose one track. Choose one track, and that's how you're going to spend 90 minutes of your time doing that event to really focus and literally have a plan for 2024. So if you want to focus on career, you focus on career, business, or you want to talk about how do you collaborate? How do you, because everyone has we have vision, but our vision is not just for us. So how do I find my purpose partners and my vision partners? So you choose one track and you spend good time really breaking that down. And not only that, you have someone in the room with you who's an expert in that space, who will guide you, who will help you answer any question. And you're going to be leaving that breakout room with your literally your plan on how to start or continue 2024. But with that being said, we also have a panelist. We have panels. And so our panel is going to be covering all that area of our life. As a career professional, I want to make sure that I don't lose my faith in the process. As a career professional, how do I make sure that I'm also exercising and I'm thinking about my physical health, my mental health? How do I make sure that I'm earning money, but my money is also making more money? So we have panelists that are going to be talking on health, finance, spirituality, and then personal and professional development as a whole. So that's why I say this is beyond goal setting exercise or vision boarding is really wholesome planning for 2024. So I will also share the link to that as well. So we do have early bird price going on right now. If I can find the link, that'll be wonderful.
Which one?
I'm sorry. Okay, that was a mistake. All right, let me stop sharing so that I can put the link in there. So again, even if you're not able to get your tickets, I would absolutely recommend that, just because we have early bird prices going on right now. I want to make sure that everyone is able to key into that too. And again, if you join our WhatsApp group, you're able to get all the information about all of our events, so you won't be left out at all. All right, let me put the link in chat. Here we go. All right. And with that being said, thank you so much, everyone. If you want to come off on camera, let me take a quick picture of everyone, if you don't mind doing that. You can come up with your red hair bonnets, the kids in the background. Oh, Jacqueline is driving. Everyone is literally multitasking today, and I love it. We're the right audience. We're the right audience for this group. Okay, here we go. Let me do that. Perfect. Thank you again and again and again. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, your weekend. You all are amazing. I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see you in our WhatsApp group. Okay? Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you again.
You're welcome, Jacqueline.